Once you create your first Google Classroom, take some time to get used to the interface. When you make your first classroom, a default theme is added for you randomly. The first thing teachers ask is, how do I change that to personalize that area? That can be done under Select Theme. You also have the option to customize it with your own photos by selecting Upload Photo. If you do select a photo, you will have to apply the standards. It may ask you to resize it. So just keep in mind that your original photo may need to be modified, cropped, or resized in order to meet the specs. You can select a different theme just by going into Select Theme and grabbing something from there. Okay, so that's how you modify the aesthetic piece of it. Now, every classroom has a stream, a students, and an about page. Pretty simple interface, but amazingly enhanced since it first was released in 2014. On the stream page, you can see that here, no work due soon shows. In other words, I haven't made any assignments and there are no due dates. However, as I post assignments, upcoming due dates will be available for viewing here. In the stream, you have the ability to create a variety of options. I'm going to go over to the right-hand side here. You're going to see the plus. This is where you get to create and share with your students by selecting create an announcement, create an assignment, create a question, or reuse a post from another course that you have already created. We'll get into these areas in more depth later, but let's stay focused on the classroom interface. As we said, when you first create your classroom, you are going to land on the stream page. There are two other pages here. One is the students and the other is about. I'm going to jump over to the about. This area here allows you to view the classroom calendar or even open the calendar that has been created for your classroom in your Google Calendar. So when you click on that link, you can see that under My Calendars, a classroom calendar has been made for you in your Google Calendar as well. Any assignments you post will appear on that calendar. If you simply want to view what you've posted in Classroom, you click on View and it will show you the upcoming week views of Classroom and what you have posted there. This is all accessible from the About page. Here you can also add a class description and a room. You can add class materials here. I'm going to select this so you can see that here I might want to add a syllabus or maybe a welcome letter to my class. If I'm a grade 5 teacher, I may not have a syllabus, but I may have a welcome to Mrs. Malika's 5th grade classroom with an overview of what life is like in that classroom. That can be available throughout the entire year. So you can have it on your About page. The About page can contain links to YouTube videos, attachments that you upload from your computer, hyperlinks to a web address, or insert from Google Drive. Again, we'll get into that more later. On the left-hand side, you can see that your profile is here. This is you, the teacher. And here you have the ability to invite a teacher. So if you want to invite another teacher to have the same access to your classroom, to view all the assignments, to view all the feedback, to essentially be another teacher in your Google Classroom, you can do that. That's really handy when you, that's really handy when you are going out on leave, have a substitute, or you want to invite a paraprofessional, academic support person, or even temporarily administrator so they can have a good overview of your classroom. So that's a great feature as well. Finally, let's look at the students. So when you click on students, you can see that there's a code where you can invite them. Now, I can invite students by adding them by group or individually, and that way when they log into Classroom, they can just click on join. However, it is just as easy with the youngest of all students to give them a Classroom code that they can type in. When students first go to Google Classroom, instead of creating a class, they will join one. And when they select join, it will prompt them to put in the code. And it's simple as that. So you can make your classroom, and the first day you want to use it, they can go to Classroom, they can enter the code, and you could have all your students in your class within the first 5 minutes. This is where you can also edit whether students can post and comment. So that means they could create announcements and comment on things in the stream, or students can only comment, meaning they can't make posts, or only the teacher can post or comment. I would recommend, if you're just getting started and you're not quite ready to manage the expectations of commenting, you leave it as only teacher can post and comment, and then you work your way forward as you learn more about how to use Classroom. I've had teachers who were not quite ready for it have it so students can post and comment, and they were not excited about the posts and comments that were coming forward unsolicited. So this is a good way for you to control it, set the expectations, and then decide how you want to use it. All right, so now that you've had a chance to take a look at the interface, we'll get into some more details of posting and populating Classroom. If you ever need to go back to your navigation menu, on the top left-hand side, here's the access to the menu. It will give you access to the calendar. And if I click on the classes up at the top, it will bring me to my dashboard where it will show me all the classes that I have created. If I archive any classes, they'll be available down below. And under settings here, you can also modify whether or not to send email notifications, which I recommend that you leave checked. And then we will we'll discuss that later in the course as well. If you don't have a profile picture at this point, for you and the students, in the settings, you can go ahead and add a profile picture. You can even use your webcam to take that picture. So if you still haven't gotten around to making your profile picture for your Google account, Classroom gives you the opportunity to do that right there. So now take a moment, if you've created your Classroom, to go through the interface and kind of explore, see how things work before you go to the next part of the workshop. Thank you.